Minecraft new update brings several new features that completely change the game environment, and in this video I will show you 50 new things that have been added. Starting with the swamp, which has now received a very cool and significant change in its environment, it is now possible to find a new thing called the Firefly Bush. As soon as you enter the swamp, you can already see that there are several firefly bushes spread throughout the biome. And this bush, besides being beautiful to see in the environment, also has something very special. Basically, when it is daytime, the bush does not emit any particles, but when night comes, it releases particles that simulate fireflies. And this addition, even though it is simple, completely changes the environment of the swamp, because it also emits ambient sounds that make the atmosphere really cool. This bush can be easily collected by breaking it with your hands and placing it wherever you want, and can be multiplied using bone meal. It is also possible to find it in smaller quantities scattered in other places in your world, so it will be something easy to find. Now the next big addition to this version is the new chicken variants. Now we have a yellow variant of chicken, which is the warm chicken. Besides its different appearance, it also drops a different egg, which is the brown egg. And using this egg you can spawn more warm chickens, just like the regular egg. This chicken variant can only be found in warm biomes such as savanna, jungle and badlands. And now we also have cold chicken, which is the variant that grows in biomes like the taiga and other snow biomes. This chicken variant is funny because it appears to have slicked back hair, which makes it the most stylish variant in my opinion, and it also drops a new egg, the blue egg, and with it you can spawn more chickens of this type. I just think it's a little weird that Mojang named this egg blue, because it looks green to me. But okay, now let's talk about the next cool thing in this update, which is the new cows. The classic cow has now received an update to its texture and has a 3D snout, making the model much better than the previous one. This improvement is already something very cool, but in addition to that we now have new variants of the cow. In the cold biomes it is possible to find this variant of cow that is hairy. It has a very beautiful appearance. And in hot biomes like the savanna and badlands we can find this red cow that actually looks like an ox. Personally I think this variant is the prettiest because of the horns, but tell me in the comments which one you like the most. And unfortunately they don't have a new drop like chickens, but it's cool to have new variants anyway. And now let's talk about the new changes in the desert that received a very cool update. Now when you enter a desert biome you will notice several changes in the environment, such as this new dry grass. The dry grass can appear in small and large sizes. It can be collected with scissors and using bone meal you can make it grow. And we now also have the cactus flower, which is very reminiscent of the flowering cacti that were shown in the biome voting animation that Mojang made in 2019.
What's that spooky vulture doing?
Just missing adding this little guy too. The cactus flower can be easily collected by hand and can be placed wherever you want, and with it you can also make pink dye. So besides being decorative, it's also useful. And besides these things, we now also have incredible ambient sounds in the desert, making the environment much cooler. And the Badlands biome now also has flowering cacti, dry grass and ambient sounds. These simple details already greatly improve the biome. Another really cool thing about this update is that we now have new spawn eggs with unique designs. Previously we could identify mobs in creative by the color of the egg and by the name, but now all eggs have their own unique texture and it is much easier to identify each mob. And now the next thing is the new pigs that have been added. Now going to the savanna biomes and other hot biomes, you will be able to find this new pig variant that is brown. After so many years of having only the pink pig, it's really cool to see a new variant. I'm happy that Mojang has finally added diversity to the classic mobs. And going to the cold biomes, now we can find this other pig variant that is very beautiful. These pig variants are like the common pigs and have the same drops, but they are much more beautiful and cool to see and give a greater variety of things to the game. This variant in particular is my favorite now. And now we also have leaf litter, which are new dry leaves that fall to the ground. You can find these leaves in different biomes, and depending on the biome, they will have a different color. And besides that, now we have these leaf particles falling from all the trees in the game, which will make the forest environment much cooler. And in each biome the leaf has a color depending on the tree. We also now have a new flower called wildflowers and can be found in the birch forest biome. New sounds for wolves have also been added, having different personalities, from cute to grumpy. Each wolf will now bark, growl, pant, and whine. Iron blocks now have new sounds too. We also have a lodestone change that previously required netherite to be made but is now made using iron ingot. And now this block can also be found in ruined portals. And going to the villages, we will now be able to find bundles in the chests. We also have some changes in the wandering trader trades. Now we also have 7 new maps that can be obtained with the cartographer. The maps can locate other villages or other structures in different biomes. Now camels are born naturally in the desert, and the creaking can be named with the name tag, and if it is named it will not disappear during the day. And the creaking heart texture is now much paler when activated during the day. Now mansions can be generated in the pale garden biome, and also we have new test blocks. And in addition, we can now also find sheep of other colors in cold and hot biomes. This version also brings a new grass bush that can be found throughout the world. This update brought a big change to the game's environment, giving a new look to many biomes and also to animals. Mojang really did a great job on this version, but tell me in the comments what you liked most about this update.